According to AAA, estimates are 30 to 50 cents will be the new price upward in the month of February. And so everybody out there buying new cars, spending all this money thinking gas is going to continue to go down. It kind of reminds me of the mortgage industry, that everybody thinks rates are going to go down until all of a sudden last week rates went up.
Yep.
So how are gas prices going to be in the month of February? What's affecting all this, and how do we pay less at the pump, or are we going to pay much more at the pump?
All right, Adam Cooper, he is an expert on oil and gas, doing commentary across the coasts to talk on this very topic. So we welcome our expert, Adam Cooper, to the show. Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Talk about these gas prices, because some cities are experiencing like an overnight spike, up as upwards of 29 cents per gallon. What are we seeing happening right now?
Well, I think it's so when oil prices were coming down over the summer and in the last 6 or 7 months, you didn't see prices fall just drastically overnight. The reason being is that the companies that are selling gas want to hold on to those larger margins for longer. But in the case of oil starting to come back up, which right now it is, we had a fairly good week last week, moving from somewhere in the $45 range up to about $50 or $51, and so we're seeing that now creep back up, and those companies aren't taking any chance. So that's just the way it is. They're not taking any chance. They're going to spike your prices back up at the pump right away, and it is what it is for the drivers.
Yeah, so you guys in the oil and gas business had a good week, but the consumer didn't have quite as good as a week. Everybody's trying to figure out, some experts I read financial news every single day, 9 different papers, okay? And it drives me absolutely crazy when I'm reading CNBC and one pro says the gas is going to $30 a barrel. And then the next pro says we're going to $80 a barrel. And then you got the guy that's the Secretary General of OPEC coming out and say we're going to see $200 a barrel. Can you give us a little shed of light here of what's going on with oil supply? What do you see from your view of everything here from a 2-foot level, being in the trenches out there? What's going to happen with gas prices, let's say over the next 1 month, 3 months, and then next year?
Well, over the next month, I think they're going to stay relatively low. I think that what's been going on is that there's a lot of people that are coming out who are industry experts, and they're trying to shift the market one way or another. And a lot of times there's motives behind them coming out publicly saying, oh, we're going to go down to 30 or we're going to go up to 200. And with that, it starts to make the market more volatile than what it should be. And in that case, we often see real drastic swings for short periods of time. Well, what's going to happen over the next 3 months is we're going to see it jump back up pretty quick, because people are coming out now and saying, okay, well, the glut of oil is going to end about here. And most people are saying middle of summer is when the market should start to stabilize back out.
So
that's probably your. Say that again. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and so we're looking at probably 3 months out. We're probably looking at $65 or $70 a barrel, and by the end of the year, I think pretty much everybody would be happy right around $80 a barrel, because if it really gets much higher than that, then it really does damage the consumer at the pump. But if it gets much lower than that, then the oil companies really start to hurt, and that has an overall ripple effect throughout our economy.
Yeah, are we seeing the oil companies hurt? Because we're hearing some of the major companies do layoffs. Are these filtering through? Are these slow processes? Or are these companies pulling the trigger real quick on the layoffs?
Both sides of it. I mean, oil's been falling now it was at $107 in July. So, it's been several months, and they don't think it's ever going to get back up to that point, at least not for a year, maybe even 2 years. So if that's the case, they have way too many staff members, so they're trying to cut back and reduce overhead.
Yeah.
There's only two ways a company can cut costs. You either innovate with things like automation, which is one of the things my company does, or you have to cut headcount. And in that, nobody wants to lay people off, but they feel like they have to right now because of what's going on with OPEC, and the United States isn't allowed to export oil right now, which really is not a free market.
Right.
So we don't have the same advantage as most countries where we can export oil, or that they put tariffs on oil, imports of oil.
Yeah.
We don't do either. So we're not really playing the same game as everybody else.
Yeah, you know what I'm hearing here?
What?
We're all paying more.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. The Federal Reserve's going to raise rates in June. We're going to pay more rate-wise. We're going to pay more oil-wise. That's what it's sounding like here.
Yeah.
That's what Adam thinks. Adam, tell us a little bit about your company and where can everybody find you?
Yeah, my company's name is Quest Automated Services. We're an oil and gas automation company that does everything much like ADT for a monthly rate, which includes, your equipment, your maintenance, and your installation. You can learn more about us at questautomatedservices.com.
Well, we appreciate you being with us today, and we'll have you back soon.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.